These fools, they'll never learn.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Food for Thought podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
Welcome back if you are a continuous watcher or listener of the podcast, and if you're new here, welcome aboard. We are a martial arts cinema podcast.
For the camera.
I'm doing that again. Hey guys, we're very unprofessional. You have to remember, I don't look at the camera. I look at the laptop instead, because I am an idiot. Hi everyone. If you are looking for pristine levels of professionalism, you've got it right here.
If you're looking for a high quality production.
Oh yeah, the cat's walking on our keyboard. Oh yeah, Food for Thought podcast, baby. We're here. We're every 2 weeks we basically review a martial arts or Asian cinema adjacent film, which is like today. You'll find out we are not specifically doing a martial arts film. We decided to do something different. I'm Sean. I'm the host. I'm the guy that loves Asian cinema. This is Devan, my wife.
That's right.
She kind of likes Asian cinema.
I enjoy it. Not to your degree.
Oh, who does?
And I'm far more particular.
Who does? I'm a super fan, baby. And of course, you may notice, if you're new here, you won't know this, but if you're a frequent watcher, you'll notice Mr. Cyrus is not here. Reason being, I think I need to explain, because obviously he hasn't been on the last 2 episodes. No, he hasn't quit the podcast. No, he hasn't stormed off in a huff because he didn't get to review Mortal Kombat again. No, it's because, and I hate to say this, he is overworked. In work, he is absolutely hammered with work, slammed with work, and I know what you're all thinking. Well, you're his boss. Yes, I am. I am his boss. But that's why I get the paid big bucks, baby, because I hand it all to him. No, basically, he does different work from what I do, and it's just keeping him super busy. And unfortunately, he's finding that he has to work weekends, which sucks. And yeah, for that reason, he is unfortunately not here.
He's weak.
But he's
a weak old man.
He's here in spirit, though. And kind of the ironic thing about this episode is I really wanted him to see this film. I actually picked this film specifically for Cyrus because he likes a dark Korean film, loves a dark Korean film, and I thought I'd pick this one for him. And of course, the Muppet isn't here, so now we're just the two of us just talking about it.
Yep.
We do have some exciting news at the top of the show. No, I may look pregnant, but I'm not. The news is, in November of 2024, that's this year.
Yeah.
In 2 months' time, we will be in New York City. Is that a good impression? Is that a good American?
An impression of what?
New
What are you trying
New
for?
York City, baby. Is that good?
Is that supposed to be in a New York accent?
I'm walking here. I'm from New York. I'm walking here. Is that a good one?
Pitch perfect.
I like a hot dog.
Pitch perfect.
That's not bad. We will be in New York City on November 9th. We'll actually be there on November 8th, but we're actually going to be there on November 9th also. And we are there for the Urban Action Showcase.
Woo!
Tell your friends, tell your family. I'm only saying that because if anyone's in New York, I know there's a few people.
We're just going to attend. We're not going to do anything. We're not a part of anything.
No. We do not have a short film. We do not have a booth or a table or anything like that. We're just there to chill out.
Yeah, we're just showing up to support some very lovely people.
Yes.
And, yeah.
The wonderful people at Art School Dropouts are there pretty much every year. They cleaned up last year. They cleaned up the awards.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to do it again this year.
And they're submitting a few films this year, I tell you that. So yeah, we're going to actually roll up there. I've already been contacted by a few people via my Instagram saying they're attending, so we're going to meet some of you guys. And yeah, I'm just letting you all know that it's going to be me, Devan, and hopefully Cyrus. He hasn't booked his hotel yet, but we did yesterday. We booked ours.
Yep.
Suffice it to say, Cyrus is not staying in our room.
He is not invited.
We're not like that. Yes, but anyway, we'll be there November 9th, so if you want to come down to the Urban Action Showcase and hang out with us, then please do. I'd love to meet some of you. Awesome.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the show proper.
Ooh, can I say it? Can I talk about it? Can I lead us in?
Yeah, sure.
Switch things up a
You
bit.
surprised me.
Sorry, I know. We didn't discuss this part, but you know what? I would like to do that.
If you get anything wrong,
Mm-hmm.
you're never being on the show ever again.
Oh, I'm not providing any like details. I'm just okay. I'm just saying what this episode is about.
Go ahead.
This episode, ladies and gents, we are talking about a very awesome. I'm already giving my opinion. A very good Korean film called A Bittersweet Life.
I almost choked on my drink then.
From what was it? 2000. Oh crap! Was
You
it
can do it.
2005?
It was 2005.
From 2005. Starring a gentleman I've seen in movies before, but I don't recall his name.
Lee Byung-hun.
That's him. And yeah.
What movies have you seen him in?
I've seen him in I Saw the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen him in I was about to say Snake Eyes, but it's not Snake Eyes, right?
No, he's
it's not Mortal Kombat. It's G.I. Joe. Is it G.I. Joe?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. He was Storm Shadow in G.I. Joe.
It's the G.I. Joe with Channing Tatum.
That one, yes.
Yeah. Is he in both though? Is he in the one with the sequel as well with Bruce Willis?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, he's in plenty of people have seen him in plenty of films. He's a very well-known actor, and to be honest, I don't know why he's not more popular in the Western world, because obviously
he should be, because he's great.
Yeah, he can speak fluent English, so I don't know why he hasn't been cast in more stuff.
Maybe he just don't want to be.
Maybe he doesn't want
to be a part of America's
Hollywood machine.
Yeah, film industry.
Yeah. Well, Devan's basically revealed her opinion on it, which is shocked me.
So yeah, this film is fantastic. It's great. Very well done, very well acted. He's fantastic in it. Yeah, absolutely. Very, very good. I very much enjoyed it.
That's good. I got a few tidbits about the film.
Okay.
Starring Lee Byung-hun, Kim Young-chol, Shin Min-ah, and Kim Roy-ha. Not great. And actually,
your pronunciation?
My pronunciation,
okay.
Yeah, terrible. Directed by Kim Jae-woon or Kim Jae-woon. I think it's Kim Jae-woon, who of course directed I Saw the Devil, as well as the fantastic, which we will be doing on this podcast sooner rather than later, The Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a Korean Western.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a lot of fun. It's more comedic than his usual stuff. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of action in it as well.
Okay.
So, the literal translation, I find this very, very interesting, because I'll get into this in a minute. But the literal translation from the Korean film title is just The Sweet Life.
Huh.
It's not The Bittersweet Life. That is an American translation. Okay. In 2017, an American remake was announced. Jennifer Ye Nelson, I think it's Ye, could be you. Jennifer Ye Nelson was tacked on to direct the film. You may know her from the incredibly dark and grim and kind of very hard to watch films Kung Fu Panda 2 and Kung Fu Panda 3. Why she was kind of tagged in to direct this, I do not know. Maybe she's an amazing director.
Yeah, she could be very good.
Do you know what? I said that on Twitter, but do you know what?
What?
The guy that directed Babe, Pig in the City, also directed Furiosa.
There you go.
So, and he also directed Happy Feet. So,
isn't one of like the directors for like Marvel? Didn't he start out doing animation?
Which one?
I don't know.
Which film?
I don't know.
The director of what, you said?
Some of one of the Marvel films, didn't he do?
Oh yeah, no. Also, Brad Bird.
Brad Bird. That's what I'm thinking of.
Mission Impossible 4, and he directed The Incredibles.
Thank you. That's who I'm thinking of. Brad Bird. Right. He did Incredibles, and then 4 is what? Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, he did a hell of a job. That's an amazing film. Yeah. It was set to. Who do you think it was set to star? Who in Hollywood would you pick to star in this role?
Oh boy.
A youngish male actor.
Oh boy, that's a toughie.
You got one in mind?
That's no.
Who they actually had for the role is actually really good.
Okay.
It was none other than Michael B. Jordan.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, It has not been talked about since 2017, so it has not seen the light of day.
Mm.
And just a last little thing that I found is that the director of this film was very much influenced by Kill Bill, which I don't really see the influence that
I
much.
don't either.
Not really. This film's a
No.
lot darker than Kill Bill.
Yeah.
So you like this film?
Oh yeah.
Halfway through the film, we were watching it, and halfway through the film, I kind of said to myself, I was just like, I don't know if Devan's gonna like this because the start, I forgot it. It's a slow going film.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't get to the meat and potatoes very very quickly. It's
No.
it's kind of slow and brooding, and there's definitely a build up. But whew.
Yeah, I had, the first part of the film, I didn't have a problem with it. But I was just like, for this particular podcast, I was like, when's some more action gonna kick in?
Well, it's just so if you haven't seen this film, it's not heavy on the action
It's not.
until a bit later on,
Yeah.
where it goes a bit mental.
Yeah.
But I chose this because it isn't an action film. I know we're about action cinema, but we like doing something different. We've done I Saw the Devil on this podcast. We've done a few others that aren't. They're kind of just Asian cinema adjacent and not full on action. I will say this film has, in my eyes, one of the best non-martial arts film action sequences of all time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think the action scene where he gets tortured and then comes back is second to none. I think it's incredible. Now, one thing I did want to discuss about the film, and we're not, by the way, we're not going to do the whole thing where we just go scene to scene to scene to scene. Can you sum up the film? In fact, I'll be interested in how you sum up the film.
Yeah, I feel like it's tough. So basically, he's like a henchman of
Sun Woo, I believe his name is,
right.
isn't it?
He's basically like a henchman, in this criminal organization.
Is he a gangster?
I mean, he seems to work for. I mean, that guy? He's calling him president. Is he actually some sort of politician?
No.
Yeah, he works for a criminal.
No.
Yeah,
and he's a mafia boss,
right? And basically, yeah, and runs or helps run or look after this hotel. And
this hotel. Probably
yeah.
There's lots of other shifty things.
Right.
Although they don't go into that.
Right. So, and he, keeps an eye on shit, does what his boss tells him to do. And so he's tasked with the boss has this young girlfriend, and he thinks that she's
too young.
Yeah, too young. And he thinks she's seeing a younger man, and he has to go out of town. So he tells our main character to keep an eye on her. And he does, and he spends time with her. And I think he falls in love with her.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Does he fall in love with her? Or is it paternal? Is it romantic or is it paternal?
I don't know about paternal.
Okay, not paternal. Well, I think so. Not to go on.
Okay.
Go on.
I think whether it's like romantic love or whatever it is, he grows some sort of affection for her. He cares for her. And but basically he was told by his boss, if he catches her cheating, then to take care of both her and the dude that she's with. And he does, and he doesn't do it. But
yeah, he catches them, but he doesn't take care.
Right, he doesn't take care of them. And his boss finds out, and so he is basically punished by his boss. By the way, you'll hear some noises. That's the cat. She's playing with the toy. We've set some toys out for her
to own a bird.
to distract her from coming around and causing chaos. So if you hear random chirping, it's a cat toy. But anyway,
has anyone ever called their cat Chow Yun Cat?
That's not a bad name.
It's not a bad name.
What would you call the cat for short, though? Chow?
Chow.
Just Chow?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Chow Yun Cat. That's pretty good.
All right, we'll save that. We'll save that.
And then you get a dog, and instead of calling the dog John Woo, you call it John Woof.
John Wolf.
Because you just put an F on the end of Woo.
I got it. It's not as good as Chow Yun Cat.
Chow Yun Cat's pretty good.
Well, all right. You remember that for our next cat, yeah?
Got you.
All right. You're very good at if you don't know this, Sean is actually really, really good at naming pets. I think he comes up with some very clever clever names. We had it years and years and years ago. Found a little teeny bitty kitten. Didn't keep him. But Sean named him Furlock Holmes, and still get a kick out of that.
I'm proud of that one.
Yeah, and the
Furlock
friend
Holmes.
that I gave him to, that is still his name. He's a hefty boy now. But anyway, yeah, Sean has come up with some good ones.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes. I was proud of that one.
Yeah.
But yes, you
Anyway.
you were saying that after he gets punished, he basically gets revenge, right?
Yeah, so so he survives, the torture and punishment and basically the plot to try to kill him, and he just goes off killing all those dudes.
Is this a gangster film or is it a revenge film? Or is it both?
I think it's more of a revenge film.
Okay.
There's not a whole. I feel like there's not a whole lot of gangster stuff.
No, I know what you mean.
There is some like stuff in this
It's
kind of in this like underworld that he's a part of, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it a gangster
I
film.
tell you what though, Koreans,
Yeah,
the Korean cinema,
Yeah.
they do good gangster films.
they do.
They really do. There's one that I saw not that long ago called The New World. It's really good, really good. Okay, so the reason why I asked Devan the question is it does he fall in love with the girl or is it paternal or is it something else? See,
I think
I'm gonna get all-
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if it matters how much.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It
right.
doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
But he definitely, of course, grows some sort of affection for, or some sort of attachment.
Oh,
Maybe
100%.
maybe she represents just a different way of life, a different.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think she represents innocence
Yeah.
and a life that he cannot live.
Right.
The whole film, by the way, is about this. I'm forgive me for diving into the themes of the film, but so there's the film is called at least the American translation is A Bittersweet Life, and it's very much about his bittersweet life.
Mhm.
Right? The first scene in the film starts with quote unquote a bittersweet moment. He's literally eating a sweet, and then he's told to go downstairs and fuck these guys up who've turned up. Bittersweet. Like, I know it's a bit on the nose, but I was just like, well, this is quite obviously a metaphor. So the whole film, in my opinion, and I got a bit confused because it's not that easy to kind of parse the themes out, but it's about this guy who he is entirely loyal and servient. Servient, is that a word? Yes.
Servient, subservient.
Subservient. He
You know what I mean.
serves. He lives to serve. He lives to serve his boss. Everything his boss says, he will do it. He will jump to it. When boss says anything, and he will pretty much do it. And I think he's trapped in this world of being this servant and being this guy with no autonomy whatsoever. And then when he just
So I take it as no, he has no life outside of his job.
none,
Yeah.
none. You're right.
I don't know if it's more and like he doesn't have any autonomy. It's just he has nothing else.
Well, yeah, but I also think it's so ingrained in him
Mm.
that he's this loyal, like he knows nothing else almost. Like he's been loyal for, how long was it? 7 years?
7 years.
It's like he's been loyal for so long that he is like, he doesn't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. He doesn't know how to break from that world and go and do something for himself. He has no life, and there's a very interesting scene in the film where he wakes up in the morning, and it must be his day off or something, or it might be an evening, and he goes, "Ugh, we all have to live our lives." And then he just goes, he literally says that. He goes, we all have to live our lives.
Yeah.
And he goes to like a local garage or petrol station or whatever and like buys, and it doesn't look right. And like it's a scene where he doesn't look right.
So that was after the argument, after he catches them, and after he catches the girl with her secret boyfriend, and he tells them that the only way for them to stay alive, for this to be okay, is if they never see each other again. And she's of course not happy about it. She's not happy that she's, I think, been put in this position. She's not happy about the fact that she found love, and that basically you're telling her that, it's either die or stay away from him. And he's trying to explain why that's for the best, and she's not going along with it. And then so that statement that he made was after he was calling her and she didn't answer.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's
So
like,
I think he's a bit depressed. So he's depressed.
yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
he absolutely
But
is a bit depressed.
I do wonder, like, the more I think about it, the more I think you're right. I guess I tried to go in a different direction, but the more I think about it, the more I do think it's romantic love. Just because the way he remembers her putting her hair behind
Oh,
her
yeah.
ears.
Yeah.
And at one point, he's looking at her and he's focusing more on her, like, bare shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some romantic energy there. Energy? Who the fuck am I? Gen? What's the Gen at the moment? What are we
Z.
on? The young kids? Are they Gen Z?
See, I think.
Who am I? Gen Z? What am I?
Talk about energy.
Yeah, like vibes. I should have said vibes. Yeah, so there's definitely kind of some romantic energy there, and I think he falls for a little quickly, but I think she also represents something. I think she represents the world he wish he could have,
Mm.
because he can't have this world because there's a moment early on in the film where his boss is drunk. And his boss does this, and it's great. He goes, "Have you ever been in love?" "No, you haven't." And it's like it's almost like a moment where he's not asking him, he's telling him, "No, you haven't." Now, he's not really, he's answering the question himself, but it's like a moment where it's just like, of course he hasn't, because you control his emotions. You control what he does. And it's really, really interesting that I think she represents this piece of life that he can't get, that is innocent and very human. I think there's a thread going through this film where he's finding his humanity. And by the end, he finds it. And of course, it's just ironic what he has to go through in order to find his humanity.
But I also think there's definitely, a part of me wonders if a little bit of it was like a setup. Because
That's interesting.
because the way the boss talks about this girl, there's just something about her. She's different from other people that he knows. And then and then after he comes back into town, he knows what happened. He knows that he didn't do what he was told to take care of both the girl and the guy.
Yeah.
And the boss is asking, what's his name again?
Sun Woo.
He's asking Sun Woo why didn't he do it? And Sun Woo isn't answering. And I think the boss knows. He's the boss.
But to add on to that,
Mm-hmm.
he asks the boss at the end, "Why did you do what you do to me?" And
Right.
he doesn't answer.
He doesn't answer.
And it's just like, okay, maybe there was more to it. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right there. I think there was, Sun Woo. I think there was maybe something more to it.
Mm.
Also, there's a scene before the film even starts. There's this proverb about trees blowing in the breeze, and it's an excellent metaphor for the whole film.
Yeah.
Because basically someone sees a wind blowing the trees, and he says to his master, "Is it the breeze that's moving, or is it the trees that's moving?"
Right.
And he says, "It's not. It's your heart and mind that's moving."
Right.
And at the end, spoiler alert, this is a big spoiler, so if you haven't seen the film, don't watch this episode. When Sun Woo dies at the end, before he does, he sees the trees move, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. It's, in my opinion, it's because he's finally found his heart and his head. He's finally thought with his own heart and his own mind without his boss telling him what to do. And the only way to do that is to free this girl who he loves. And the only way he can free her is by basically murdering everyone.
Yep.
There's obviously the sense that he is also...
I feel like it's more so it's revenge against the people who set him up, who tried to torture and kill him, and then definitely killing the boss. So she's free from him.
Yeah, there's definitely the element of he's getting like revenge for himself.
Yeah.
But I think there's also an aspect of the film where, and it's very important, I think, his boss trying to kill him, he's fucking heartbroken about that. At the end, he's almost crying. He's like, "Why did you do this to me? Were you really going to kill me?" He says. I think he's heartbroken because he's invested.
He's been loyal,
7 years.
for 7 years.
Exactly.
He basically said, "I've been what did he say? I've been like your dog, or
I've been your dog.
I've been your dog for 7 years.
I've been your dog for 7 years."
Yeah.
I also love that the main character, Sun Woo, there's a mystery to him. You don't know where he's come from.
Yeah, and then there's so you're inside his apartment, not a lot to it. He seems to be sleeping on his couch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's with the light?
Oh yeah, he does this thing where he flicks off the lamp on and off.
Do
On
you
and
know
off.
why?
Why?
I don't.
Oh, yeah, I don't know either.
I'm asking you. I was like, is this so obvious? Is it the most obvious metaphor in the world? The darkness and the light, the darkness and the light. I was like, it can't be that obvious. But I can't think of another reason why he does it.
So I think that maybe my thoughts or I was wondering if just from the beginning, he's led just out of all the years that he's been a part of this thing, beating up people, doing whatever. I think honestly he is depressed.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and I
100%.
think so I think it's just
But coming across her, she makes him even more depressed because he loves her and he wants her.
Yeah.
But I also find it interesting. So why does he loves the girl? I guess no, I'm answering my own question because I was just like, why doesn't he kill her when the boss says, because I guess he loves her and he doesn't want to kill her. He wants to.
No, he doesn't want to kill her.
But he doesn't seem mad that he's with that she's with this guy. He doesn't seem jealous, which is interesting.
So I wonder if it's like a slight mix of both. I think there's definitely like anger that, okay, this is what's happening. And now I'm being, I have to follow through with, I have to do what I'm told, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
And then I think there are moments where, maybe he took out that anger on that guy. Just like, like after he leaves them, and there's that scene with these assholes in this other car that are being dicks to him, and he just like runs them down and beats the shit out of them.
By the way, Sun Woo
angry
is a fucking hard ass.
Yeah.
You don't mess with him. He will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good at fighting. There's another interesting aspect of the film that every single person surrounding these, let's call them mafia bosses or bosses, every single person surrounding them is an absolute incompetent fool. Apart from Sun Woo.
Oh yeah.
Sun Woo will do any. He's loyal, but like he is. I think they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like he is the loyal dog.
Right.
He is the one that gets things done. Everyone else is a bumbling idiot.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that because he suffers the repercussions of their actions.
Yeah.
And he's the one. The whole point for him in the film is that he cleans up messes. That's his thing.
Yeah.
And that's why at the end, technically, he's clearing up his mess. He's cleaning up his mess. He's taking care of everyone.
Yeah.
By murdering them. But he's cleaning up the biggest mess of them all, and then setting her free. There's a great juxtaposition between the fact that the boss or his boss who's going out or seeing the younger girl, he buys her a lamp early on in the film, and it's this ugly as shit lamp, and she hates it. It's quite obvious she hates it. And then Sun Woo buys her the lamp that she wanted at the end,
right?
And they do a little clever thing, a very clever thing that you may not, I shouldn't say you may not notice, maybe everyone noticed this. At the start, when she opens the boss's lamp, she can't undo the knot. She takes a while to undo the knot on the ribbon.
Oh yeah.
And at the end, he's tied it, so all you have to do is pull it and it opens. And I think he did that on purpose because he saw her struggling with the knot a little bit. And I think he's that interested in her. He's paid attention to everything, and he makes it so simple.
I did notice like the lamp that he got for her. She opened that very easily.
Yeah. And at the beginning, he watches her undo the knot, and she's like pulling at it. And I think he does that on purpose. I think it's a very little thing in the film.
100%. Then that was absolutely intentional. Yeah.
I love that. I also like that she, like I said in my notes here, that she cracks the nut a little bit. She gets him to allow a little bit of him to peek through. Do you think the removing of his tie, it's got something to do with him being more comfortable around her?
I was wondering about that because I noticed that too. So in the in the beginning of the film, he has his uniform. Black suit, white shirt, black tie. Uniform. And then as the movie progresses, he's basically kind of getting, I'm not going to say disheveled, but more relaxed. So relaxed. There's, so it gradually becomes, no tie to regular clothes.
Yeah. I think that's very interesting.
But then at the end, did he have a tie back on when he was?
Yeah, but I think that's important
Right.
because
He was
he's
putting
back
back
on his
on.
job.
Yeah, he was putting the job back
He's
on.
going back to his
Right.
putting his job back on.
Right.
Exactly. And yes, by the way, I am a 42-year-old man who's drinking a Sour Patch Kids energy drink at 7 o'clock at night. So if you want to judge me. I'll sun woo you. And there's some great quotes in this line as well. At one point, someone says to him, it's like the biggest irony in the film. But someone, I can't even remember who says it to him. I think it's one of the bumbling idiots. They go, "Do you think the world is all yours?" They say to him. "Do you think the world is all yours?"
I remember that.
And it's quite the opposite, right? The world, none of the world is his. The only thing that's his is his job.
Yeah.
He goes home, sleeps on his couch.
That was like, so if Sunwoo was number one, then that was like the number two guy who said that.
Yeah.
Whose name I don't remember.
Well, by the way, the supporting cast in this is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
They're all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're all terrible people.
Yeah.
One guy pretty much almost beat someone to death with a phone. It's pretty wild. Let's see.
Not like a cell phone, but like a actual like house phone, like one of those.
Yeah, a
heavy,
rotary phone.
Yeah, heavy duty, old school ones.
There's also an interesting thing where the girl, after being caught with the young fella that she's shacked up with, and he tells them, get out of here. I'm not going to kill you both, but you get out of here. You never see each other again. And she says, "That's your problem, isn't it? You just walk in and you see a problem and you erase it. Like, you just erase everything." And she's like, "Some things can't be erased."
Yeah.
And at the end, when he goes to see the boss and kill him and kill everyone, basically, he says, "You can't erase a problem. You can only erase those that cause the memory of the problem."
Yeah.
And the greatest irony there, I think, is that he's speaking about himself as well, because he knows. I mean, at the end, he's accepted his death. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's just accepted his death. He's going to die, and he knows he's going to die. But I think
he's a bit of a hot mess. He's been stabbed. He's been shot.
Yeah. But I think he knows that he is a problem he has to erase as well.
Yeah.
I think he knows that he is a problem for this girl. This girl now remembers him as being the piece of shit that made her and her boyfriend split up. And I think he's erasing himself, who's the problem.
Interesting.
Oh, getting all deep. Oh, there's punchy stuff too, guys. Punchy stuff.
Punchy stuff.
So yeah, yes.
As you can see, I haven't gone to my phone because I took 0 notes. I just sat and watched and enjoyed.
I'm pretty much. I think I took more notes on this film than I've taken in any other film, and they're all about humanity and life and innocence and and erasing problems that he is. That I was a philosophy major for about 2 hours. So yeah. Actually, I'm going to get on to some more interesting stuff, less kind of philosophical. Let's talk about the action sequence for a moment.
Okay.
So, his boss finds out that he let the girl and the guy off, and his boss has him beaten about the head and body.
Yeah.
Then he gets strung up, and there's a brilliant scene where he vomits, and it's kind of the moment where you're just like, oh, he's not a cool character right now. He's not cool at all. He's scared shitless, and he's throwing up and shivering, and he's terrified. And there's another bit like that later on, but I'll get to that. So he gets strung up, he gets beaten, and they're about to, looks for it, like bleed him out, right? Slit his throat.
Yeah.
And the boss calls. The boss gets him brought to a location, and they bury him alive.
Yeah. Well, no, they smash one of his hands with a humongous wrench.
Yes.
And then, they bury him alive.
They bury him alive, but they do it in a really fucked up way because they do it with the intention of him surviving. So they bury him alive knowing he's going to be able to get out. But of course,
so he crawls out of his grave, and they're waiting for him.
Which, if you don't think that represents rebirth, I think it does. Yes, but they're there waiting for him. So I don't think he knows as he's getting buried alive that he can get out. So he's terrified.
Yeah.
But he does get out, and of course the sucky thing is that they're waiting for him.
Yep.
And they basically say at that moment that you've got 2 choices. You can either call the boss and apologize and say I was wrong, or die, essentially. And he does this brilliant thing where, in RoboCop, where RoboCop walks into the warehouse at the end and he goes boop, 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 and starts clocking all the people.
Yeah.
zeroing it in like his target on them. He does that in this film.
Yep.
Where you're seeing through his eyes, he's like,
He's
"Coward."
assessing. Yeah, I think in that moment he made up his mind what he was going to do. He wasn't gonna.
Oh no,
Yeah, he wasn't gonna go back
no,
to that life again. He wasn't gonna apologize, and so he
I
was
will
gonna.
not go quietly into the night.
Yeah, so he assessed his situation and made a choice.
You can tell that he's just like, okay, I got 5 guys. Okay. And then he kind of looks at a door. He's like, can I get to the door? Do I have to go through these 5 guys? And then this is why Korean cinema is so good and so clever. So he could just kick off a fight and fight through them all. But they have him do a very, very cool thing where they give him a mobile phone and he pretends to call his boss and he's taken the battery out of the phone.
Yeah.
Just because, and who would even think about this? He decides to use the battery as a weapon.
Yeah.
And he kind of holds it in his fist and kind of stabs the guy in the eye with it. And it's so clever. It's great because I would have never thought about that. But I guess it's handy to have something to use.
Why couldn't he have just used the phone?
That's what I thought. I thought use the aerial to stab in his eye,
Mm.
but maybe not. But he uses the battery, and a big fight kicks off, and it is. I'm not kidding. It is wonderful because it's scrappy.
Yep.
But it's well shot. It's brutal. It's got various elements to it. It's got big 2x4s that are on fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's got kicks and punches. It's got
People going through windows.
people going through windows. It's got a guy whose face is pushed against a wall and
like a cinder block wall.
yeah, cinder block wall and scraped along the wall.
Yeah.
It's very grim.
Yeah.
And then he uses a car to wreck some people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the action sequence itself.
It's a frenzy.
That's a great word for it. That's a great word. And it's long too.
Yeah.
It's not exactly short. And he goes through like multiple stages. He goes through like this little alleyway or this corridor.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking people up. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's the highlight of the film as far as the action goes. Although the final shootout is pretty fantastic as well. So yeah, there's that great action sequence. And the wonderful thing about, and I think Korean cinema do this because it reflects the world that, or the country even, that Koreans live in, South Korea, is that you can't get a gun.
Yeah.
People don't have guns. Gangsters don't have guns in Korean films.
Lots of knives.
They have pipes, knives, all sorts, fists, all sorts, but they don't use guns. And there's a brilliant aspect of this film where he actually has to go and get a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to jump through so many hoops
Yeah.
to get a gun.
So yeah.
So many. And once again, he's dealing with bumbling idiots, these idiots in the car. Then he has to pretend that his boss has sent him to get the gun.
Right.
Then
Because apparently you can't just walk off the street. Someone has to refer you. You have to be
Yeah.
connected to someone. And so his only option is the organization that he was once a part of.
Yep.
But then they were like, okay, we have to verify this. This is correct. And so they call the boss, they call these people to verify that he was sent here. And of course, they find out he was not. And then the shootout.
And he has to quickly put a gun together.
Yeah.
Because it's in pieces. Put one
Right.
together and kill the guy before the
Right.
guy basically puts his together.
Right. And kills him.
And he shoots a guy in the head. And this guy, half his head goes.
Yeah, like this bit.
Yeah, he's got a big crater in his head. It's very graphic.
That bit is gone.
And the wonderful thing, and again, you don't see this in films like, even gangster films. You don't see this in gangster films like Goodfellas or Casino or The Godfather. When he gets his gun, he's absolutely dog shit with it. He cannot aim
Yeah.
for toffee.
Yeah.
He's
He ain't
awful.
great. He ain't
And
great.
it's really good. It's really good because he's not just this cool guy. He is very cool.
Yeah.
But once he gets a gun, he's
But yeah,
terrible with it.
Well, yeah, because and it makes sense because when has he ever actually used a gun? Not very often.
I think in a way this is, I don't know if they meant it to be this, but I think it's like the anti-American gangster film. I don't mean anti-America. I mean American gangster films. It is anti-American gangster films. Because gangster films here, they're cool. Everyone's got guns. Everyone's smooth with it. Blah, 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 blah. In this, everyone's like terrible with a gun, and it's really, really hard to get one. And
But then,
everyone's
yeah,
not
well,
cool.
And I appreciate that because obviously here everyone and their mother can get a gun, and
I can't.
And it's second nature, or not second nature, but,
I'm the only person in America who can't get a gun.
No.
Can I legally get a gun?
Probably.
Really?
Probably.
I'm not a citizen, by the way. If
Yeah.
anyone's going, what the hell's he talking
I mean,
about?
I feel like if there's a place where that could happen, more than likely it's going to be here.
I'm not illegal. Let me just make that clear. I have a green card.
He is, yeah. He is a legal resident.
I am what they call a legal resident. I haven't what they call. Believe it or not, if you don't know about the green card process, you know what they give you? They give an identification number. You know what that identification number's called? Your alien number. It's your A number. They don't reveal that well, they do reveal, but not many people know that the A stands for alien. So I have an alien number. I have a green card. It's literally green. And I don't know if with that green card I can purchase a firearm or not.
Probably.
Right. If I, in this country, cannot vote, which I cannot do, but I can buy a gun, that is mental.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I wonder. Should I try?
Just to see.
Try just walking into a gun shop, I guess.
Yeah, there are gun stores.
And saying, hello, sir.
There's one not far from here.
Is there?
Yeah.
I've never seen a gun store.
So we've driven past it many a time, but it isn't crazy obvious. But there is a large enough sign that says guns.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
One time, years and years and years ago, when I first came to this country, I stayed in Virginia, and I walked into a Walmart and they had guns.
Yeah, Walmart's, depending on, the state will have guns.
Yeah, they had big old guns. They had, like, shotguns and everything.
Uh-huh.
And then when I came here, I was just like, it kind of dawned on me that, oh, yeah, I'm in America now.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder, does anyone know? If you know out there whether I can obtain a gun, I shouldn't say that. Probably the FBI are probably listening and go, why does this guy want a gun? And they're probably looking into my record as a they think I'm some kind of criminal now. But alas, yeah, I don't know. But I cannot vote and I cannot become a police officer.
No.
Or
become a politician.
Or become a soldier.
Correct.
I also can't do jury duty, which I found out quite recently. Again, well, I've been summoned for jury duty once before, and I got another summons last week. And I told them, guess what? I got an alien number. And they said, well, you can't come and pick a criminal, you can't judge a criminal. Correct. Just because I'm not a citizen.
Correct.
But 2025 might be the year where I'm thinking on becoming a citizen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Thinking on dual citizenship. I'm just terrified of the test.
I think it'll be very easy.
I think so, but it's just you have to remember the answer. I think it's 22 questions, 25 questions?
You'll be fine.
And you have to remember the answers to them all. But they give you the questions up front.
Yeah.
But the problem is I get nervous. So if someone asks me like who the first president was, I'm going to say Anne Frank. And I'm going to get in trouble.
I think 100% you could easily handle that.
I hope so. And then you got to do a pledge.
Lord knows how many people have done it, and so you're not.
Yes,
stupid,
you're right.
So.
But then I might. Oh, I guarantee the minute I become a citizen, they get me jury duty again. Yep. And then I have to actually go.
Your name will get pulled again.
Yeah, or they summon me to fight in a war or something. If they can do that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the truth of the matter. I don't know if I can buy a gun. Yeah. Nor I will say this: I have never held a gun. I've never fired a gun. I can probably go to a gun range, right?
Yeah.
I've never been to a gun range. I'm not sure I want to. Have you fired a gun?
No.
Really? You've never fired a gun?
No.
Have you held a gun?
Yes.
Oof. But you didn't fire it?
No.
Did you just spin it around your finger like RoboCop?
Christ knows. So.
That's what I did.
Both of my parents were police officers. So one day when I was a kid, my mother purposefully showed me her gun, let me handle it because she didn't want me, that whole thing, kids being curious. And then, she basically didn't want me to accidentally shoot myself. So she wanted to take any mystery out of the gun. And to be honest, I could have cared less. But I feel like she did a good thing and she just wanted to make sure. And I was like, okay. And so handled the gun, saw how, she kind of briefly showed me how it worked. And I was just like, okay. But it was always locked in a safe, a combination safe.
Did anyone make fun of you for having police officers as parents?
No.
They didn't call you like bacon or something.
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, I wonder if even other than like my best friends, I don't think anyone knew what my parents did because it wasn't a conversation that I ever had with kids. You know, it's not like, what does your mom do? What does your dad do? I don't think there was nothing like that ever came up.
Has your mum ever shot anyone?
No. She has went through how many total of 25 years, never had to use her weapon other than when she had to go to the range to make sure she stayed certified.
That's a good cop right there.
But then also I think my mom, she was not interested in like street life. She did her required rookie time after she after she graduated from the academy, and then she went to headquarters. She was in dispatch, so she was not on the streets.
Do you reckon,
I think she very quickly realized, I don't really care for that. I don't really want to do that.
do you reckon if I've never done this, but I'm interested. Do you reckon if I sat down with her, she'd tell me some crazy 911 call stories?
So I don't remember if she did 911. I think she was more like, she was doing dispatch like with radioing like other officers.
Oh, boring.
Or I 100% could be wrong. I don't really remember. 100% ask her.
So did she get like a shots fired call?
I mean, out of that many years, I would imagine she would have had to.
I'm gonna ask her next time I see her.
You should. This brings back so many memories. I remember, our headquarters, this old ass building in DC. It was shabby as shit. And I like, if there was some sort of random day where I didn't have school, so on occasion I would go to work with her and I would just be like shoved into the break room and she was just like, hang out here. And so I always had this like bag of a bunch of shit that I brought with me to entertain myself. But yeah, I remember the floors are squeaky and it was just this old ass building. Yeah. Oh man. And yeah, just the rows and rows of like offices, and then like where like the radios and stuff were, where she sat with dispatch, just these big huge rows of like stations of just computery business, whatever it was they used back then, early 90s, whatever the fuck. So I don't know. Yeah. And it was a whole thing to get in there. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
There you go.
That brings back memories. I'll talk to my mom about it too. Anyway. Sorry. So yeah, he has to go through this whole thing, and he gets his gun. He gets a bag full of guns, basically.
He does,
and starts his process of killing folks.
And we get a really cool scene where the boss is kind of at a table with all the other bosses, and he says basically what the crux of the film is. He basically says he's telling a story about a time where he had to fuck someone up.
Yeah.
For doing something.
Oh yeah, because the other bosses are asking him, why is he going through all this with this dude,
and
with Sun-woo.
He talks about having to fuck someone up a while ago, and they're like, was he right? And he goes,
it doesn't matter.
He goes, it doesn't matter. If I tell you you're wrong, you're wrong.
Right.
That is the crux of the whole story. Yep. Not the character development and not the themes, but the story.
Yeah.
He said, if you're
wrong,
to
do something, and he didn't do it.
You do it, and he didn't do it. Yeah. Exactly.
Nor did he apologize for not doing it
after being told he was wrong, and he didn't. Exactly. It's it's great. It's great. He exacts revenge quite nicely on a few people, but he goes to meet one of the kind of henchmen, or the lower bosses, I should say, in an ice rink. Goes to kill him in an ice rink, and sadly, before he kills him, he gets a few knife wounds to the stomach.
Yeah.
He gets fucked up.
He was basically asking him, like,
an ice pick or a knife?
I don't know. It had to have been a knife.
I think it was an ice pick. It looked like an ice pick.
But he was basically asking him, why did you do that? This was the dude who was in charge of, like, burying him alive and stuff like that. And he was just like, why did you do it? And the guy, of course, has no remorse about it. And he was just like, you can't take this so personally. And, yeah, and then pulls a knife of some sort out of his pocket and quickly gets a few stabs in him in the belly, and Sun-woo falls, onto the ground, onto the rink, and whips out his gun out of his bag of guns, and shoots this dude.
Pack of guns, I like that. He does, he gets shot, and then he goes and kills another kind of lower tier boss, and that's another great moment as well, because the guy has been a dick this entire film.
Yeah.
An absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he gets shot like twice, and he's on the ground, and he looks up at Sun-woo, and a little tear goes down his face. And at that moment, I was just like, see? everyone's cool until they face death. And it's
Yeah.
just like, it tells you, these people are human. These people are human. They're not just dogs. They're not just lackeys. They're human.
I do have one question. My only question of this whole film.
Yep.
The guy who ends up shooting Sunwoo.
Yes. Yes.
Who's that dude?
He's on the side of the Russians, I believe, the ones that are selling the guns.
How do we know that? Where did he?
Because he goes to see them, and he sees them all dead, and he takes a whole bunch of their guns.
Right, no. Oh, okay, so that guy. No, I remember that, but I was like, where did he come from before that? Did we see him before that?
No. That was the first time.
Okay.
Kind of random. I agree.
Then who does he work for?
The Russians, I think. The gun
He
people.
works for the Russians.
I think so. Well, he can't work for anyone else, because everyone else is in the film. I think he
guess
works for
so.
the Russians. I assume so, anyway.
Yeah.
But I might be wrong.
Yeah, I was wondering about that dude.
Yeah. Because he's cool as a cucumber as well, just killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get this wonderful shootout at the end. It's fantastic. I tell you what, there's nothing better than watching a shootout where actual bullet holes are appearing. It's not CGI.
Yeah.
It's actual bullet holes, splintered wood, shattered tiles, squibs, juicy squibs.
Yep.
And by the way, when people bleed in this film,
They bleed.
They bleed. They are pouring. And it's a great. This is a weird word to describe a shootout, but it's the only word I can think of. It's meaty. It's very visceral, very physical. The shootout. It's great. It's so good. Bullets are a flying.
Yeah.
People are a dying.
Yep.
One guy's a crying. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he eventually he pops his boss in the chest, shoots him right in the heart.
Yep.
You've noticed that?
Yep.
Shoots him right in the heart.
Shoots some more dudes, and he's, got the stab wound that has been bleeding this whole time.
Shot twice.
He gets shot, and as he's sitting there, and that's when he sees like the tree, the branches blowing, and then the other dude comes and pops him.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
One bit kind.
Oh yeah, as he's dying, as he's sitting there before he dies, he calls the girl.
And she answers.
And she actually answers this time. She hadn't been answering before.
And he can't speak.
But yeah, he's bleeding all over the place, and he's a goddamn mess. So.
But.
Yes.
Why are his last words, "This is too harsh"?
So I was wondering about that as well.
What's he saying this is too harsh to?
This memory. Because he says that, and then you see like flashes of like earlier in the film of the girl when she's like playing her
That's a great
where
answer.
where she's playing. She's a part of this like orchestra.
She's a cellist.
Yeah, she's a cellist, and she's with these other musicians, and they're playing this piece of classical music. And he was there. He was sitting there watching and listening to them play.
And it's the first and only time in the film where you see
him smile. So yeah, as he's playing. Although my only beef with that bit of music, and it was beautiful, barely heard her. I heard the piano and I heard the violin. Barely heard any cello. But anyway, lovely piece of music, though.
I think I did not put two and two together, but you saying.
What did you think?
I didn't understand it.
Oh.
I didn't. I didn't know whether he was questioning himself and going, "This is too harsh. Like what I've done is too harsh. Like I shouldn't have done
I
this."
thought in that moment, that memory, what was he experiencing was too harsh, and so he wanted to go to a nicer one, a nicer memory.
Oh, I'm not thinking that either.
Oh, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking the nice memory he's having is too harsh. Because he's going, now my mind's giving me this beautiful image, I'm about to die. Like, this is harsh. Giving me this, like, beauty.
Oh, no, I thought in that moment, in his reality, it was too harsh, and so he wanted to,
goes away to his
he wanted
happy
to go
place.
to, someplace nicer.
That's good. That's good. I mean, I'm not trying to be patronizing, but that's good because I didn't have an answer to that.
Oh.
And that's good. Yeah, that makes way more sense. There's all these dead bodies around us. This is too harsh. I'm going to go off to my happy place.
Yeah, he's plug full of stab wounds and bullet holes, and yeah.
That's really good. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And then I think the film slightly spoils the moment.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
The shadowboxing?
Yeah.
I didn't care for it either.
So he gets shot. So he's lying there dead on the ground. And then you go back to at the beginning of the film when he's in the hotel. There's this little scene where he's looking out the window of the restaurant in the hotel, and then and then it's done. But they go back to that at the end, and they extend it, and he does this thing where he like does this like, I guess it's all like a playful like shadow boxing, in the at his reflection in the window. And I was just like, I don't know about that. I don't know, what was it to show more, maybe like a human, like a moment.
That's it.
Just a simple moment of where he's being kind of normal.
He's away from everyone. No one's around him.
No one's around him.
Himself.
He's just being.
He smiles, and he's being a bit goofy.
Right.
He's just being goofy. And I think that's absolutely, I think you nailed it. Okay. I think it's a moment to show us that he did have those human moments.
Okay.
And he wasn't just, I think, now that I think about it, maybe I do like it. I didn't like that we see, I wanted him only to smile once in the film, and that was when he thought of her. But he smiles during the shadow boxing as well.
And this is before he even meets her, so maybe, okay.
I would have much preferred it was after he met. Anyway. Very good film.
Absolutely. 100%.
How many stars would you give it on Letterboxd?
Probably do a 4.5.
Oh!
4.5 out of 5.
That's a spicy meatball. Yeah. I would possibly give this a 5. I
just wish there was a touch bit more action.
Yeah, I don't think it's an action film.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose not.
It's not an action film. A lot of Korean gangster films aren't.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of like Korean films have these wild action sequences, but the films aren't actually action. It's interesting. I wonder how you'd feel about a film called No Tears for the Dead or The Villainess. Maybe we'll get around to them one day. Yeah. The Villainess is good. That's cool.
Highly recommend this movie.
Yeah, fantastic film. Oh, I put it away. I meant to keep it out. We actually watched it on the new 4K that got released, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, by Second Sight. They released a 4K limited edition, and it is gorgeous. Very pretty to look at. It's a very pretty film. Despite being dark in places, it's very pretty. All right, awesome.
Alrighty.
Good job. All right. Thank you very much. We'll catch you next time. You want at least a few listener questions?
Yeah, sure.
We're trying to keep this one breezy, by the way. Nice and breezy. And that question Cyrus should answer. That one Cyrus should answer.
Darn Cyrus.
Yeah, these are all good ones for Cyrus.
Being a bitch ass. Can't handle his workload.
How did I meet Cyrus? We'll get into that when he's around. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was trying to see if I could remember.
Tinder. Grindr, sorry. Okay, if you could... this is from Gandolfini the Grey, the man himself. Thank you so much. One of our patrons, which we'll get to in a moment. If you could... If you could have any animal as a pet, and the vet bills are covered for you, what would you have?
Okay, so... Probably a panda.
Oh, that's such a wild answer. You wouldn't have a panda as a pet. We live in an apartment. You couldn't have a panda in here.
I didn't think that. I wasn't thinking it was limited to just, what could fit in our apartment. I just thought in general.
You'd have to live in a zoo, though, to have a panda, surely.
I could live in whatever type of, I could live in some sort of mansion and have some sort of enclosure. I don't know. I wasn't limiting myself in terms of in this apartment. I was just thinking in general, if I could have any animal as a pet.
Run away with it.
In general, I'd say a panda, because they're funny as fuck. Endless entertainment. I would have to be a millionaire, because that would mean that I wouldn't have to work, and I would just sit there and just watch this panda be stupid every day.
It's such a cheesy thing to talk about, because it's so it's such a meme these days.
You know that you've seen pandas videos.
Shouldn't be alive.
No, they really
because they're mental. They're mental and stupid and dumb, but they're fucking great.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I love so many panda videos.
How they're not extinct.
Yeah,
but yeah, bunch of dum-dums, but hysterical.
Yeah, that's great. I
also was thinking an elephant.
No, I wouldn't like an elephant. Yes, I would. That's not true.
So I follow on Instagram. There's a page called the Sheldrick Trust. Basically, it's this elephant rescue place in Africa. They have a whole conservation and land, and so they rescue orphaned or injured elephants. And so it's a lovely, just if you need something to make you feel good, just they have a lot of orphaned baby elephants that are just adorable and really funny and cute. And just watching them interact with their handlers and watching them grow up and then being released out into their conservation land to join a herd and stuff, and it's just lovely. And I've always liked elephants.
I'd only want an elephant if I could run up its trunk and somersault off it like Tony Jaa does in Ong Bak 2. I'd generally try that.
Yeah, those are my two.
I have an answer like yours, and then I have an answer like mine.
Okay.
Like mine, a me answer. What my me answer is just keep it simple. All I want is an English bulldog. That's all I want in life. All I want is a fat little English bulldog, and if all the vet care is paid for,
I mean, if you had to choose a dog, and if all your vet bills were covered, that's the breed that you'd want to choose.
Yeah.
100%.
It's all I've ever wanted. I just want to meet an English bulldog. Speaking
as a veterinary technician for many a year, when we got together and he told me that he wanted an English dog, I instantly was like, no. I was like, that's if we ever get a dog, 100%, we will never ever get an English bulldog. Do I love English bulldogs? Absolutely. They're great. But Christ on crutches, are they a nightmare when it comes to health?
Bulldog on crutches eventually. Yeah, apparently they're difficult because of the veterinary
just the
costs.
Skin and the allergies and the folds and the nose and the breathing and the conformation. So we're talking like joint and all this other shit. Good God,
you're ruining my fantasy.
But hey, vet bills are covered.
Yeah, I'd either have 2 English bulldogs or 1. I think I'd have 2, one called mashed potatoes and one called gravy.
Yeah. So, we had this conversation many, many years ago. Yeah. I was like, I would be willing to do a French bulldog. Years ago we were talking about that, and we were just like, if I could have a French bulldog and he could have an English bulldog, they would be called mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, either that, or if I could just get one bulldog, I would literally name him mashed potatoes and gravy. I'd just call him gravy for short.
Yeah.
So English bulldog, and then if it was an exotic animal, I don't know. There's something about me that really, really, something about.
I'm sorry. That just reminded me. At my old job, my old vet clinic, I forgot. There was actually we had a patient. He was a Boston Terrier, and his name was O Gravy.
That's not a good name.
No?
O Gravy.
O apostrophe Gravy.
Oh, I don't like that name.
He was great. I loved it.
If it was like
O Gravy. That's how I say it.
Oh, it'd be better if his name was like Patrick O'Gravy. That would make me laugh because it sounds Irish.
Okay.
That'd be funny. Patrick O'Gravy would be a great name for a dog.
Yeah. O'Gravy.
Okay. If it was an exotic, I would like to go, as long as it wouldn't rip my face off like a gorilla or a chimpanzee or something. I love gorillas. Why?
Scary.
Yeah, but a panda can eat you. An elephant could fucking ruin you.
Well, I know that. But I feel like
if my vet bills were covered and someone could assure me that a gorilla wouldn't kill me, if I could guarantee that, then I'd want a gorilla. I think I'd like to hug a gorilla.
And you guys could communicate, because then you could teach it sign language, and so you two could communicate.
Exactly. Well. Yeah, communicate, watch kung fu movies together. I think I'd either like to hug a gorilla or get hugged by a gorilla, or both. So gorilla probably.
Okay.
Although I like the idea of like a tiger or something like that, But I've seen Tiger King, and I'm not sure I want tigers. But I'll take a gorilla.
Okay.
All right, last question. This is all I've got for you.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Gandolfini the Grey. He says, top 5 Korean films. Don't you dare ask me top 5 Korean films. Who do you think you are? I can't do lists like that. There's too many. I'm
trying to think of the Korean films that I've seen. How many have I seen?
You've seen a few.
I've seen a
You've seen The Cop, the Gangster, the Devil? No, The Cop.
Yeah. Is that a Korean film?
Yeah.
That's very good.
That's very good.
Okay.
You've seen Train to Busan.
Oh yeah.
You liked that one.
That was good too.
You've seen all the Roundup films so far, apart from the first one, but you've seen the Roundup films.
Where he just slaps people.
That's right. Good stuff. You've seen I Saw the Devil.
Right.
You didn't like it, so it wouldn't be in your list, but you've seen Old Boy.
No, it would not be in my list.
Yeah, Old Boy would be in my top 5. I Saw the
yeah.
Devil would be in my top 5. I think the Cop, the Gangster, and the Devil would be in my top 5. To be honest, I love that film.
It's a great movie.
It's so good. And then I would have to pick like some kind of Korean martial arts film as well. I'd have to rewatch Kundo. Kundo was good, but I don't remember much about it. Shadowless Sword was good. That was a great film. Top 5 is too difficult though. I've seen a lot of Korean films, and typically I prefer like the darker. Oh, Memories of Murder. I recently rewatched Okay, let me tell you a story quickly. I watched Memories of Murder. I bought. So everyone said Memories of Murder was like one of the greatest Korean films ever. It was a fantastic serial killer film that everyone should watch, and it's absolutely unbelievable. About, I don't even know what year it came out, but let's say about 8 years ago, I bought Memories of Murder on Blu-ray, and I watched it, and I went, I don't like this film. This film's poop. I didn't like it, didn't care for it at all, didn't like it at all. I think I either sold my Blu-ray or I literally tossed it out. Years later, everyone was going, by the way, you know what film's good? Memories of Murder. And I went, nah, it's not good. They went, it is good. I said I should watch it again. I watched it again many years later, let's say 5 years later. I watched it again. Guess what? It was poop. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. Guess what I did? Or I think I watched it on streaming, so I didn't throw it out. Literally, 3 months ago, guess what everyone said? Hey, you know what film is good? Memories of Murder. I said, I can't believe you keep telling me this. I tell you what, I'm going to give you one last chance. I said, I'll give it one last chance. If it's dog shit, I curse you all. I curse you all to Hades. So, like an idiot, I purchased Memories of Murder.
The fact that you purchased it when you watched it, what? Twice already,
yes.
And did not like it.
All right.
Is absurd.
Not only did I purchase it, I picked up the 4K of it. Shiny 4K. I put it in the Blu-ray player. It was like watching a completely different film. I absolutely fell in love with the film. Adored it. And I think, and I do this a lot, you can attest to this.
Yeah.
I tend to scroll my phone a lot.
Yep.
Tend to scroll my phone a lot when watching movies, and got the hiccups. And quite frankly, I don't pay attention.
Yep.
I do that with a lot of films. And then Devan also knows, you've seen it a few times, where I watch a film, I hate it, and then I rewatch it, and I love it.
Yep.
I tend to do that quite a lot. And I did that with a perfect example is Baby Driver. First time I watched Baby Driver, I didn't care for it. Then I watched it again. It was amazing. I did that with the last Mission Impossible film. Didn't really love it that much. Watched it recently, loved it. Yeah, I just do that. And I don't know why. But I watched Memories of Murder again, and good lord, it's fantastic.
I know. So I don't know if that was the case with Memories of Murder, but I know with you, if it's something, especially if it's a film that you have heard about, if you are looking forward to, you tend to go in with a perceived expectation, with a perceived notion of how you think this movie is going to be, and if it doesn't specifically meet your expectations, then you're like, I didn't like it. Even though, and just because it's outside of your expectation doesn't mean that it was bad. But I think because it wasn't what you thought it was going to be, then that's what he does. Then he's just like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And especially the times where if we've seen a movie together and I'm just like, I don't understand how you didn't like it. And so I tell him, I was like, you need to watch it again then.
We did that recently.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
I can't remember what it was, but you'd seen a film and you said it was good.
Yeah,
and
I was just like,
it.
I don't know what you're talking about, how you couldn't like it.
Yeah, and I ended up liking it again. I do that so much. People on Twitter make fun of me because they're just like, yeah, see, you like it. One film, though, I will never like is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I hate that film. But yes, Memories of Murder, another Korean film you really liked. We did it for the podcast, The Man from Nowhere. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
With the young girl that gets kidnapped. And the guy who works
in like some sort of like pawn shoppy thing in the
yeah. You like that one?
Yeah.
Good knife fight at the end.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. And they tell him. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, you like that one?
Yes, that was very good.
Carter. I liked Carter. Don't know if you liked that one. We watched it a while ago. It was on Netflix, and there was an action film, but it was one take. The whole film was one take. Remember
Who's
that
in it?
film? It's Korean, so you won't recognize anyone.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you
no.
liked it that much. You were
Oh.
just like, it was too much. It was too intense.
I don't remember that
I liked it a lot.
at all. Okay.
All right. Anyway, sorry I can't give you a top 5 Korean films, but I would say I Saw the Devil, Old Boys in there, the Cop, the Gangster, the Devil, maybe Memories of Murder now, and then I don't know. I can't even give you another one that I can think of. Maybe one of the Roundup films, just for fun. So something like that.
There you go. There's your 5.
There you go. And Gandolfini the Grey also says, listener question, I love Korean cinema with the mix of darkness and intensity and action. What do you think makes Korean cinema unique? Are we in the middle of a Korean film renaissance? I think we've been in Korean film renaissance for the better part of a decade, if not longer.
Maybe, and what? The U.S. is slow on the uptick.
Yeah, just catching up.
Yeah.
I think ever since like films, people know from years ago when A Tale of Two Sisters. Oh, by the way, Parasite. Parasite's fucking Korean. That's an awesome film. When A Tale of Two Sisters dropped years ago. When did that come out? Early 2000s. People knew like, oh, Korea's doing big things. Old Boy dropped what? I don't know what year, but years ago. And I think people have been aware, but I think more and more films begin to trickle out of Korea, and people are like, okay, we got to pay attention. So Korean Renaissance, not necessarily, but I think there's been a steady increase of awareness over the last 10 to 15 years, maybe even 20 years, of Korean cinema, and more people, especially with the likes of the Squid Games and things like that coming to light, and people go, well, these Korean guys, they do some good shit. And more Korean cinema is hitting Netflix. You know, you got that show that we watched, Bloodhounds. We really enjoyed that. And then, you know, there's a whole bunch hitting Netflix at the moment. I believe that one about superheroes on Hulu is meant to be good. I can't remember the name of it. And
Physical
then
100.
Hmm?
Physical 100.
I was just about to say that. I just like, even shows like
I
Physical
love
100.
Physical 100.
We'll watch every season of that.
I love it. They're
It's so
all
good.
just so lovely.
Lovely. If you haven't watched Physical 100, do yourself a favor. Don't just watch one episode. Maybe watch 3 episodes and see if you like it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So
2
good.
seasons.
So good. 2 seasons. Easy. One of the easiest watches in the world.
So nice.
If you want to see a bunch of really, really nice Korean people with an excellent competitive spirit, then watch that. It's so good. But yeah, Korean films are just... And why are they so unique? I'll tell you what, you kind of just answered in the question. Because they're so unique. Korean cinema, it's original. It feels original to me that I've never seen this shit before. Even their action films, they're so different. They're not like Hollywood action films. Their thrillers are dark and dingy. Oh, by the way, I'll take that back. I didn't name one film that should be in my Korean top 5, and I'm really angry I didn't name it, so I've got to go back. The Wailing. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that is good.
That was good. Yeah, The Wailing would definitely be in my top 5. I love that film. Yeah, I just think like The Wailing. Who the hell makes The Wailing? It's incredible. It's not a slasher film. It's not some cheesy, like bullshit horror film. It's an incredibly deep, interesting, dramatic horror film. Man, Korean cinema. And don't get me wrong. I'm sure they're making plenty of Hollywood-style action films and romantic comedies. I've just never seen them. I tend to watch like the thrillers and interesting action films. So, I don't know. They're just unique. They're original. They feel fresh to me.
So fresh and so clean.
All right. One last question.
Sure.
Comic Handlinks.
Comic Handlinks.
He asks, Quentin Tarantino was recently on Bill... Is it Maher? How do you say his name? Mayer? I say his name Mayer.
It's Bill Maher.
Okay, Bill Maher. On Bill Maher's podcast and said he will never watch Toy Story 4 because Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are the perfect trilogy and it ends as good as it could possibly end in the third film. How do you feel about this? Is he limiting his own enjoyment? Do you have a sequel you won't watch because they went too far and made an unnecessary addition?
Interesting question.
I think so too. Is there a film you won't watch?
I would agree with him. Like, I don't think Toy Story 4 is necessary.
It ended perfectly in 3.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's one. I would go as far as to say Toy Story 3 has one of the most perfect endings of any film.
So yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
So you love Jaws.
Yes.
How do you feel about Jaws 2 and Jaws 3?
Okay. Perfect
Yeah,
example.
I thought so.
100% did not need sequels. Most certainly did not need 3 and 4. Perfect example. One and done could have been fine. Two is fine. I will still accept 2, but 3 and 4 absolutely not. 100% unnecessary. Just ruined everything. But 1, if that had just been the only Jaws that ever existed, would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think you'll probably find that with a few horror films. I think like some gain cult following really, but they don't really need the sequels. Did we really need Nightmare on Elm Street fucking 7 or whatever we're on? Really? Nightmare on Elm Street probably should have ended after 3. In my opinion, my humble opinion, probably should have ended after 3. But horror franchises tend to just milk it. You know, look at Halloween. Halloween should never have gone on as far as it should have ended with 2. Some people say just 1. I kind of agree. Just 1 would have worked perfectly, but I have a soft spot for Halloween 2. But I don't think I've ever cut myself off of a series because I'm not interested in seeing the sequel, though. Tarantino is doing that, and that's kind of interesting to me. Although, admittedly, I was reluctant to watch Toy Story 4, but I did. You've never seen Toy Story 4, have you?
Nope.
That's interesting. Yeah. But I can't think of another sequel that I just wouldn't watch because it's. I mean, I guess if they made like a 2024 legacy sequel of like The Princess Bride, I wouldn't watch it. You can't ruin films like that. You can't. Yeah. Classics.
No.
I don't know why. Yeah, well, I don't know. I probably would watch it. That's not true. How do they continue making sequels of Ghostbusters? I still watch them. I still continue to watch them, and they're enjoyable. So maybe I would. Maybe I just think. And is he limiting his own entertainment? Yes, to a degree. But if you have reached to the end of something, you go, that was perfect. Why ruin perfection?
Yeah.
If it's in your head as perfect, why bother going on to something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense what he's saying. And to be honest, the Toy Story series is the perfect one to say that about. But I just can't think of any other series.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would. I mean, do I really, really, really want them to make this new Lord of the Rings film? No, I do not. No, I do not. You know, I think that's a very, very bad idea. Peter Jackson not directing? What are you doing? Then again, did they need to make the Hobbit films? No. Did I watch them? Yes. So
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with the Hobbit films.
yeah, me too. They're not bad.
So
all right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone. By the way,
our patrons. We have a Patreon, ladies and gents.
I'm going to do something special. We have all this white space up here. If you're looking right now, you're going to see a list of our patrons right here. Right? That's right. You're going to see a list of our patrons right there because we have a Patreon. If you want to go to www.patreon.com/food for thought, for a few dollars a month, you can fund our magnificent project, which is this YouTube channel, or if you're listening, audio podcast. And we do stuff like Food for Thought Uncut, where we do a little episode before this episode, and we speak more frankly, more openly, sometimes about life, sometimes
Shoot the shit,
sometimes
just,
about dildos, all sorts. Who knows what we'll talk about? And then recently, Devan and I sat down and did a movie commentary for the film Con Air.
Yeah.
Which was a good time. We're trying to do more commentaries. I have a few. What's the next commentary do we agree to do? Mario, if I can get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm still struggling to find that. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting up a video soon because we didn't film an uncut today, record an uncut today. So I'm gonna do a cheeky video.
Polls. We let you vote for one of our future episodes.
We're actually putting a poll up this week for someone to vote on November film. So our patrons can vote on a film we do in November. I would say October, but October's already been picked. We're doing spooky films in October. So yeah, come along, join us. Wonderful.
If you have ideas of things you would like, please let us know.
Yeah, which you Instagram followers did. You betrayed me. You walked all over me.
What do they do?
I'm very upset. So I put on my story on Instagram.
Yeah.
I made fun of Devan. I said, guess what, guys? If Devan
Oh.
chose what film we did for the podcast,
Oh,
we'd be
that.
fucking reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And guess what everyone said? You should review Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Guess what the next film is that we're doing for
Got
this
kung fu.
podcast?
It's got kung fu.
Damn right, it's got kung
Qualifies.
fu. The
first one.
First one.
The first one.
Next episode of this podcast, we will be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Thank you, you beautiful, smart people. I am so glad that you agreed with me because you're absolutely right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is fucking dope.
I am unconvinced because I can't remember the last time I saw that film. It's been a while.
Good.
So
good.
this may be a time where I, like I did with Memories of a Murder, I talk shit about a film and then I'm just like, wait, this is really good.
So good.
We shall see. All I know is it's got Turtle Power in it by Partners in Crime.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great song. Thankfully, the first one does not have the ninja rap.
No, it does not.
We are doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then, all of you who are the old school Kung Fu fans, I promise you, we'll get back to proper martial arts after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Whatevs.
But yeah, we're going to see Michelangelo throw some nunchucks around. So, good stuff. Hopefully, Cyrus will be back. I think he'll want to do that one.
Let's hope so.
I think that's a film he'll want to do. Yeah, I think so.
We'll see.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you like what you see, then please go ahead, give us a like. Likes really, really help. I
Give
know
us
every
a
YouTuber
like.
says
Give
that.
us a thumbs
Just
up.
give us. It doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't.
Just throw in a little
Just
thumb
a
up.
little click of a button.
And if you want to join in the conversation, point out some things we didn't talk about in this film, talk about things we did talk about with this film, go ahead, throw a comment down below. I respond to every single comment. I promise I will get to your comment. I will talk to you. We can be friends. And if you definitely like what we do and think, hey, I'd like to see more of what these handsome swines do, and pretty swines, not swines, pretty.
That's right.
Not bad. Then go ahead and subscribe. Please subscribe. That would be awesome. We're trying to get to... How many subscribers did we say we're trying to get to? 500?
50?
How many do we have?
How many do we have?
Look.
100.
I don't know what... No, I think we got more than... Hold on. This is good. Good.
Yeah, where we at?
Baby.
Let's see where we're at.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please.
New
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
channel.
We have... How many do we have?
578.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're doing... We actually...
Thanks, guys.
thought we were trying to beat 500. Looks like we beat it a long time ago.
Goodness.
If we can get us to 1,000 subscribers, that would be wonderful.
Woohoo.
I appreciate you all. Again, next episode, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I hope you're all going to have a good week. Have a nice holiday. Because it's those in America are off on Monday.
Yeah.
So have a nice holiday. And basically, we will catch you
next time.
Yep, buddy.